Okay, welcome everybody to the 4 skills to empower you. I'm really excited to share this information because it's very personal. The Silva Method, I'm sharing, basically it's an introductory lecture on the Silva Method. And the Silva Method radically changed my life about 10 years ago. And I mean, completely. I always had a really good life. I can't really complain. But about 10 years ago, I came to the worst place I'd ever been in my life. And everything just went wrong, and I just felt like I was going on a downward spiral. I became anxious for the first time in my life. That became so bad, excuse me, it caused me to become physically ill. I went from doctor to doctor, couldn't get any better. I lost a lot of my self-confidence. I was in a new job, in a new company, in a new city. I just immigrated, and I also changed industry, and it was just too overwhelming at the time. And as much as I tried to make head or tail of what I was up against, it was the learning curve was basically too steep. And the more I stressed about my position and what was happening, the worse I performed from the stress. And I didn't sleep well, and the lack of sleep caused me to not feel good every day. I started feeling tired. I was just overly stressed and fatigued. And this went on for about 18 months. And I really had so many other personal development programs, books, audios, CDs, you name it. And this was the first time I really couldn't get myself out of that bad place. So one night in desperation, I was on the internet and I just stumbled across the Silva Method website, never heard of it before. But while I was there, it was actually the review I read of some other person that said, I was doing so badly in a sales role, I thought I was going to be fired. And at that stage, it felt like I was reading my own story, because I'd actually just moved roles in this new company, new industry, into a sales role. In 3 months, I hadn't made any headway or success, and I was thinking, this is like me. And then he wrote there, after doing the Silva Method, just 6 months later, I became top salesperson in the company. So for me, that was like, I don't care what this program costs, I don't care where it is, I have to do it. And at that stage, I ordered the online audio program. And I woke up at 5 a.m. every single day, and I listened to about an hour and a half of it. It's like teaching as well. And then I did at least 1 or 2 dynamic meditations, visualizations. And the same thing happened to me, but even faster. 5 months later, everything had turned around for me. I became top salesperson in the company. I achieved about 200% of my sales target that year. I was selected onto the top talent team. I won 2 awards. I stayed the top salesperson every single year until I left the company, which was over 4 years. And through that time, my health came back straight away as well. My confidence came back. Everything worked out for me. So I was so impressed by the whole thing. I wrote to Silva International and I said it would be my dream to teach this to others, because of how much it helped me. Because at the time, I couldn't find a live training course in Australia. So that's basically my story, very brief. There's a lot more to it, but haven't got time to go into that tonight. I just thought I'd share with you why I train the Silva Method and basically what I bring to the program. So I've been using it now for over 10 years. I left corporate over 5 years ago. I run my own business. I've been more successful on my own than I ever was in corporate, and my last role was director of a multinational. So I really attribute a lot of my success to the Silva Method, and I could not be more grateful and thankful for how it's helped me. So this for me is my expression of gratitude to be able to help other people with it. So what I'm going to share with you tonight is not so much the specific Silva Method techniques and tools. Those are done in dynamic meditation. If we have time, I'd really like to do just a short, like, improvised version of one, just if I get the opportunity. Otherwise, what I am going to guarantee you tonight, I'll give you some tools and techniques that you can apply in your life straight away, and they'll absolutely help you and give you more a sense of empowerment and confidence to just really navigate your life better, with a feeling of more flow, more ease, more grace, not so much stress and tension and effort in almost like an exhausting way. So I don't know where you are in your life and what position you're in, health-wise, mentally, emotionally, or physically. But I know that this will help anybody, what I'm going to share with you. So that's me. I'm the only Silva Method trainer in Australia. I have been for the last 5 years, going on 6 soon, 5 years. And I'm also a John Maxwell certified leadership trainer and coach. So John Maxwell, for those of you who don't know his name, is the world's #1 leadership author and speaker. And I joined the team in 2012, and I go to Orlando every year and spend a week with John, who's trained me. So I'm also a certified coach, and I train on leadership. All right, so let's talk about these 4 key skills to take charge of your life. So these 4 skills really are timeless. So they apply to anyone, any industry. Doesn't matter your background. It will apply to you. So let's just have a look at them. The first one is the foundation, the most important thing. How to remain calm and focused even under pressure. So that's about managing and reducing stress. The second one is to have clearly defined goals and to know how to achieve them faster. So many people think they know what they want, they really don't, and clarity is massively important in manifesting. So there's a technique I'm going to share with you on how you can get clear, and I'm going to share with you a technique on how you can achieve them, and if you get time, I'll try and give you a bit of a taste of a meditation. All right, the next one is to overcome self-limiting beliefs. This is huge. Everyone's got them, they don't know what they are. So how do we uncover our limiting beliefs? How do we overwrite them? And then last but not least is how do we make better decisions? So think about your life and consider this. You have about 70,000 thoughts a day, and you make about 30 to 35,000 decisions a day. Anything. What I want to wear, what I want to eat. And then, of course, how do I approach my work? Who do I call? How do I prioritize? What do I do first? Everything. If you became twice as good tomorrow in making decisions as what you are today, how would your life change? And think about everything, how you invest your money, what opportunities you go for in your life. Are they the right ones for you? All those kind of questions. And how we get better at that is with our intuition. So I'll talk about that now. Not now, towards the end of the presentation, because intuition is actually 2 days, full days of the Silva Method training is intuition. So really, really important skill to develop. All right, so let's put the screen black for a minute and just talk to you for a second. Science today has proven that each and every one of us has a kind of blueprint on how much money we earn, how healthy we are, how much love we experience in our relationships, how much we think we deserve to be loved, like how much love we receive, even how happy we are. And this blueprint is also called our conditioning or our paradigm. So you can unmute your mics and just answer this question. Where do you think this comes from, this conditioning? Anyone? Someone's answered here. Childhood. Yes, perfect, Mark. So that's absolutely right. This came from our childhood, from age 1 to 7 is called your imprint phase. And a lot actually happens as well between 3 and 7. But from 0 to 7 is our imprint phase. And basically everything we hear and see from our parents, primary caregivers, relatives, whether it's school, the media, everything actually goes into a baby's brain as if it's a blank hard drive, and it records everything. And I have to tell you, this is now according to the latest studies, and Dr. Bruce Lipton himself. Do you know what percentage of your life today is run by the original program developed between 0 and 7? I don't know if you know this, but it's 95%. So if you think about that, it's an enormous statistic that your results are determined by that early age. So your paradigm basically is that conditioning. I call it your paradigm. Your paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. So this is very important. We think we're running our own lives, making conscious decisions every day. We are not. We're actually running 95% of the time on autopilot, and it all comes from an old program. And we need to ask ourselves about the results we're getting in our life and if we want to change them. So we can change them in 2 ways, and I'm going to share this with you now. So basically, let's assume this is you or me, and the head is so much bigger than the body, because really it is our mind that controls everything. You don't move a thing of your body without your mind intending to do that first. So mind is in control always. Let's assume the top half of the mind is the conscious mind, and the bottom half is the subconscious mind. Well, it's the subconscious mind that's driving our behaviors. And it's our behaviors that give us our results. So people say, well, I want to change my results. I want to earn more money. I want to be more healthy. I want to reduce weight. I want to have better love relationships or find a soulmate, whatever it is. You want different results. Now, if the subconscious mind is driving behaviors, well, when I say you can change your results two ways, you can either change it with conscious mind, effort, and willpower, or you can reprogram the subconscious mind. So in the subconscious mind is where all our habits and beliefs lie. And as I said earlier, what percentage of the time are we on autopilot? I just mentioned it now. 95%, they actually say 90 to 96% of the time, we're operating on autopilot, which means our behaviors are driven by our subconscious, which means below conscious awareness. 90% of your life's results are driven by a program that you're not even aware of. It's below your awareness. And that's why I say in the subconscious mind are all your habits, all your self-confidence, what you think you can do, what you can't do, your self-worth, your self-image, how much you earn is related to your self-worth. So science has proven, neuroscience has proven, that it's 30,000 times more effective to reprogram the subconscious to change your results than to try to do it with effort and willpower. Now, you'll know I'm telling the truth here, even if you don't believe in the neuroscience statistic. If you think about someone who has a lot of weight to lose, let's say they've got a lot of weight, talk about 50 kilos or more. If it was so easy to do it with your conscious mind, they would never be overweight. Why is it difficult for that person to change? It's because their behaviors are not driven by their conscious thinking. Their behaviors are driven by a program they can't even understand. They know they shouldn't do this or that, and they still go and do it. And this is all of us. It's not just the person who's overweight. We all have habits and beliefs that hold us back. And we don't even know what they are. That's why limiting beliefs are so important to overwrite. So when you understand this, you understand then habits here and beliefs are in the subconscious. That's it. Your paradigm is a mental program. There's almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior, and almost all of it, that's the 90%, 95%, is habitual. So I want you just to remember this image, because you need to know that if you want to change your results quickly and sustainably, let's say the person reducing weight, they need to lose 50 kilos or 30 kilos, whatever it is, but forever, and keep it off, the most effective way, 30,000 times more than trying to do it consciously, is to actually do the very opposite. You close your eyes, you go within, you go into a deep, meditative state, and you use visualization with emotion to rewrite the imagery in your mind, and that creates and drives your behaviors, which will give you the results. And it's really effortless. And I speak from experience. I was in the worst place ever, sick, no confidence, no results. 5 months later, everything turned around. And I'm saying 5 months. Some people thank me for, telling that it's 5 months. Yes, I'm not promising anyone a quick fix. There's no way. I'm not promising you, do the Silva Method, and in 2 weeks, you will have doubled your income. You will have a soul mate. No, but you will have the tools to change anything in your life. And to think of where I was and where I got to, I was so ill. Doctors couldn't help me for 18 months. I really and truly became well really quickly. But the most important thing was getting my self-confidence back. Because when that came back, my results started to fly, and then I felt on top of my game. And that's like all of us. When you're feeling in a good place, when your self-worth is good and your confidence is good, and you feel like you can believe in yourself, everything starts going right for you. So basically, in a nutshell, the Silva Method is a scientifically proven step-by-step program of very, very easy to learn, and they're simple as well. Structured techniques for anything to do with success, health, or happiness, and they are structured, and that's why I think the Silva Method stood out for me compared to all other the personal development programs I've done, because of the structure. So if you can't sleep, there's a technique for that. If you want to achieve your goals, like sales or whatever, there's a technique for that. If you don't know how to make a decision, there's one for that. If you want better intuition, there's a technique for that. So it's very structured and very easy to use. So just sharing with you these people here on the screen. You may know some of them: Wayne Dyer, That's Jack Canfield, Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Richard Bach, author of Livingston Seagull, Jonathan Livingston Seagull's book, the book he wrote. They've all done the Silva Method. That's Louise Hay, that's Esther Hicks. They all did the Silva Method before they became famous. Every single one of them. It kind of unlocked their potential, and they went on to greater and better things. So just mentioning that. The other thing is the program's been around since 1966, which means it's been around for over 50 years. It stood the test of time. It's all scientifically proven, and it's all over the world. It wasn't very popular in Australia when I first arrived in Australia about 10 years ago. And it was here in the 70s and 80s, and then it like disappeared. So I'm really trying to build it up again. And I've been doing this now, as I say, for almost 5 years. And it's really my heart's yearning to help more and more people the way this program helped me. So as I said, it's a dynamic meditation. You go to deep levels of mind, like the alpha state, if you've heard of that, and the theta state, even deeper. The theta state is similar to what they use in hypnosis, except you are conscious and you're in theta, and you're using your own mind in your own way to visualize your own goals for yourself, and you're making deep impressions in your subconscious. Very, very, very effective and powerful technique. So we use creative visualization, guided imagery. It's all a guided meditation type program. And 2 days of the 4 days is intuition. So it's like walking away with a toolbox, basically, to help you achieve any results. Here's just some results from 1 or 2 people I thought I'd just share with you. Anne-Marie over there is one of my students. She suffered from insomnia for 12 years, was going to a sleep clinic. She couldn't get herself well no matter what she tried. And she came with the #1 goal, being to overcome insomnia. On the very first day of the class, she slept the most she'd ever slept in 12 years. She normally slept 1 to 2 hours a night. She had almost a full night's sleep the first night. And by the second day of the course, she slept right through. And she's done that already 5 years ago. She's in my very, very first class. And she's gone on to way better in her life. She's doing her own thing now. She's also, achieved what she wanted to in her career. So done really well. This Puja, this lady over here, she's also a Silva trainer. That's why we're both holding our certificates. This is the day we became Silva trainers. He has our training director. His name's Ken Kosher from Connecticut in the US. When Puja was 22, she fell out of a 2-story building, broke her neck, damaged the nerve bundle, and was declared quadriplegic, told never going to walk again. And she used the Silva Method and that same form of visualization every day of her life, and she told the doctors, I will walk again. She said, in fact, I'll climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And she did. She's in perfect health today. You can see how lovely she looks there. And she did climb Mount Kilimanjaro approximately 5 years ago. So really an amazing testimony. It's such an extreme story. I decided to put this one in. I could have used any other one of my students, and that's why she became a Silva trainer. She knows the power of the mind and how it can help people. So I put that there because if you think that paralysis is permanent, whether you've had a stroke, whether you've had a car accident, whatever it is, the reason that people stay paralyzed is not because they can't heal. It's because it's a limiting belief held by the medical industry forever, for centuries, that paralysis is permanent. Since one person overcame paralysis, his name is the Miracle Man. You can look him up on YouTube. He had an airplane accident, and he used his mind to get himself walking again. And when he did that, people thought, well, if he can do it, maybe I can do it. It got hope. Someone else got more hope. And now if you Google people coming back from paralysis, you will find hundreds, thousands of stories. And I'm sharing this with you. So I'm hoping to change your limiting belief, or if you have someone in your family or friendship circle that's got paralysis, really and truly, you can give them hope. One of my Silva Method students is a young guy. He had a stroke when he was 17 in a bad car accident, and the one side of his body has got limited use, and he can't use his arm and his hand. And through visualization and exercises, he's getting all that use back, and he's been years without the use of it. But his mind opened, and he's gone for it, and he meditates a lot, and he visualizes a lot, and now he's starting to do actual therapy as well. So everything is possible for everybody. All right, so let's talk about these 4 key skills quickly. So the first one is how to stay calm and focused even under pressure. This is the foundation, as I said. Why the foundation is because if we don't know how to manage or reduce our stress, It doesn't matter how skilled you are. You can never perform at your peak with stress. If you think about children who write exams and how often they study well, they know their work, and they go and write the exam and they just do really badly, they'll tell you, I had a mental block, I couldn't think, I was too stressed, I was too anxious, I was nervous. That's true. So all our skill, all our mental faculties, all our ability to use our mind in the sharpest way with focus is completely limited if we don't know how to manage and reduce stress. So this is the first skill, and I'm going to share with you 2 techniques that absolutely, if it was this alone, you'd walk away with an enormous amount of value to help you in your life. So let's just begin. Some of the early warning signs of stress. I just really ask you, just unmute your mics and just shout out to me. Go as quickly as you can. What are some of the early warning signs of stress, whether they're emotional or physical? Just go for the first 2 there. How do you know you're stressed? Anybody? Just you can unmute your own mics. I see that I can't unmute yours. You are all on mute.
So your heartbeat.
Yep, your heartbeat is fast. Yep. Yes, you can type in the chat box too. Yeah, here we go. You're upset. Thank you. Yes, you're emotionally upset. Very good. What else?
I tend to cry a lot.
Yes. Some people cry a lot and some people cannot cry. Have you ever been to a funeral and the person they've lost is close to them and they just say, oh, I just can't cry. And you think something wrong with them. The person's very stressed, so they can't release the emotion. That's another way. Crying too much or crying or can't cry. Daniel, angry, very much so. Having a bad temper. Being moody, yes. Not wanting to go to work. Brilliant. I love that. That is that feeling of just being lethargic, just feeling like you couldn't be bothered, that kind of want to give up feeling. It's horrible. And that's from stress as well, for sure. What else?
Shutting people out.
Yes, shutting people out. Thank you. Any more? Okay, let's have a look here. You can add more on the chat line at any time if you want. So we've mentioned a lot of these. Overwhelmed, that horrible feeling. We've mentioned all of those being the physical ones, and not remembering things. Some people think they have bad memory, or, oh, my memory is going. It really has nothing to do with memory often. Most often it's not memory. It's the ability to access our memory that's been affected by stress. Trouble sleeping, definitely. Headaches, digestive disorders, having more pain than you normally have in your body. And the worst thing is that feeling of fatigue. Oh, you're tired on a Monday and you've only just started the week. You can't wait to get through the week and just have a weekend and rest. That's adrenal fatigue. That's from stress. Also, shortness of breath. You can't do much, and you feel like you want to pant. It's the first sign of anxiety, shortness of breath. And yeah, poor focus. So when we're so stressed, if we think about the behaviors, the kind of product that we consume, what do we eat or drink when we're stressed? What kind of things do we consume to help, with the stress? Anything? Come on. Anyone want to answer? There we go. Here it comes. Sugar. Thank you, Katrina. Yes. Good. What else? We smoke. Perfect, Daniel. Yep. What else do we consume? Wine. Thank you. Alcohol. You've got most of them there. There's one more, which is coffee, which we try to help with that feeling of fatigue or the feeling of overwhelm. So, why do you think a person goes for these products? Why do we go for comfort eating or chocolate or sugar or things like that? Why? Why those products? Why alcohol? Any guesses? Let me see. Quick fixes. Yes. Quick fix for what? It impacts the brain. Wow. Yes, you're right. You spot on, Katrina. I don't know if you know how to fix the brain. If you do, type it on there. That's correct. The quick fix, it makes us feel better. It makes us feel better because these products cause the brain to release 2 chemicals. It's serotonin and dopamine. And the one makes you feel better and the other one makes you sleep better. So serotonin is a precursor to melatonin, helps you sleep. And dopamine is a feel-good chemical. So we feel good. When we stress, that's what we go for. Now, did you know that deep, slow belly breathing in the lower belly is a natural antidote to stress, and it causes you to dissolve stress chemicals, and it's free, no side effects, no hangover. So the first tip I'm going to give you to take away tonight on how you reduce and manage stress is to meditate every single day. I don't know if anyone here meditates. If you do, just put onto the chat box. Do you meditate every day, yes or no? Just let me know. Do you meditate every day, yes or no? Mark. Oh, Daniel. Yes, Mark. Yes, excellent. What about the ladies? Do you meditate every day? Not every day. Okay, Nisha, but you do meditate from time to time. That obviously means that's very good. Katrina. Yes, well done, Katrina. Excellent. Very good. Okay. So this is the most important thing, to meditate every day. So good for you, those who are doing it. If anybody wants a free meditation, there's something called the Silva Long Relaxation. It's 26 minutes. It's equivalent to 4 hours of natural sleep for the brain and for the body. And it's only 26 minutes. It's the most reviving, amazing thing. I actually did it tonight. I did it, just after 7 o'clock. I lay down and did the long relax. I was feeling a bit tired. I had quite a long day, very busy day. I started very early with my first meeting at 7 this morning. And I'm telling you, I feel so refreshed. I could probably present until midnight if I had to. So it's amazing, a rebooster. I recommend that if you haven't used it before, you can download it from the website at the bottom of the screen here, the silvamethodaustralia.com.au website, and you can download the Long Relax. Try it, use it, it'll make you feel great. If you are ever stressed, use it at the end of the day, or if you could during the day. But the best time to use meditation is first thing in the morning. So well done to all of you who are using it. And here's some benefits of meditation. Alpha, for those of you who don't know, is just a brainwave state that's much slower. That's a meditative state. When you close your eyes and you just take a few deep breaths, you go into alpha. Alpha is the most regenerating, revitalizing, and stable brainwave state where all healing occurs, or accelerated healing occurs. And it's very, very healthy to reverse the effects of stress. So it says there, dissolve stress chemicals. If you meditated every day for more than 30 days, that's it, just that, you would automatically lower your blood pressure, you would lower your cholesterol, you stabilize your blood sugar. I've got so many Silva graduates who were diabetic and have gone back to normal blood sugar from nothing but meditation alone, getting off their medication for diabetes. So optimum health, boost your immune system, accelerate your healing. A feeling of inner peace and harmony is really important. Many people think if I just do this and that, I'll, achieve inner peace. You can live like that every day. That feeling of, being centered, being calm, clear thinking, very productive, getting things done well, making no mistakes, focusing on your goals, having more energy than usual. And then very importantly are these last few. Intuition is the most valuable guidance system you could ever get, hands down. And your intuition cannot be accessed if you're stressed. You need to be in a relaxed state, and then ideas come in your head. And this is how to, whatever it is, build your business or solve that problem or improve the relationship, whatever it is, they come to you through intuition. And that's why it's so important to learn to remain calm and focused, that your intuition can guide you, not just once in a blue moon, but throughout your day. Also having good luck, that flow state or synchronicity, or that feeling of inspiration where you take inspired action. It's easy, it's effortless, you want to work, you feel great about it, having more creativity. That's really also for problem solving. The most creative minds are the best problem solvers. So see the benefits of alpha meditation, they're enormous. So well done on those, all of you meditating every day. And for those who do it sometimes, try to create that habit of meditating every day. Your life honestly will get better and better. All right, just a quick self-awareness, the power of words. How many of you know that words change your brain? And if you do, how do words affect your brain? How do they affect Yeah, just how do words affect your brain? Tell me what you know, if anyone knows. Okay, I think someone's might put it on the chat box. Otherwise, I'll keep going. So basically, the subconscious mind, this is the most important thing you could ever be told in your life. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. People think the subconscious mind, gratitude and to get happier. Yes, absolutely, Mark. So gratitude, when he says words change your brain, if you feel grateful and you express gratitude, you will feel better and you'll feel happier. Yes. The same way is if you say angry words or you say negative things about yourself, it'll affect your performance. So that little stickman diagram there, the conscious mind understands some things are only a joke or some things are not good for you or whatever, and you can accept or reject any idea. The subconscious mind, you can see it's got two arrows in. It cannot reject any idea. It cannot reject anything. It doesn't have the ability to analyze. The other thing is the subconscious mind is absolutely literal. So when you say something like, oh, I'm dying to have sushi, and you said it 5 times, I'm dying to have sushi, your conscious mind knows you're joking. Dying is just a expression. I'm dying to have sushi. Daniel wrote right. I'm not sure what you mean, but you can speak Daniel if you want to, or you can write soon, but otherwise I think you're just saying that's great, which is fine if it is. So that's the thing. The conscious mind would know that you're saying, oh, it's an expression, I'm dying. The subconscious mind is a literal mind. It takes it literally. So when you use the words I'm dying, even if it's sushi, I'm dying to go on holiday, whatever it is, those words affect the brain straight away. There's this book written by these 2 neuroscientists, Andrew Newberger and Mark Waldman. This whole book is incredible. Your immune system starts to break down when you use the words I'm dying to, even if you're just joking, I'm dying to have sushi, I'm dying to go on holiday. It starts to break down the immune system. It's so literal. So I'm just going to share with you this awareness exercise. It's called mental house cleaning. Just some words that are negative. Things like I can't. When we say I can't, we just shut off possibility. Or to say I'll try to meet you at 7, I'll try to get this completed. Try is a negative word because it presupposes failure. If I say to you, I will meet you at 7, that sounds way more positive than I'll try to meet you at 7. Other words like never and always, they're red flags. Nothing is really never and nothing is ever always anything. So we should really not use always and never and rather be more specific when we speak. So if we say, I always forget people's names, you are actually telling your subconscious mind to program that in for you. You always forget people's names. Whatever you program into the subconscious becomes your behavior automatically. It'll give you that result. I always forget people's names. If you say that, it's going to be what's going to happen. So rather say today, I'm going to try to remember people's names better. Rather say that. That's more positive. Don't say always. Or I never remember my car keys. Or I never do this thing in time. Whatever it is. Just say today, I never did it. I'll do my best next time. So those are 2 red flags. The word but, we should take it out of our vocabulary as much as possible. Even if we say something that we like, imagine saying to your partner, I love you, but it like just negates everything you said before. So always change but for the word and. And then don't is a crazy word because when we use the word don't, we create the picture of what we don't want, and the brain works in pictures. So it's called the law of reverse effects. If I said to you, don't think of a pink elephant that's got pink toenails and a pink tutu carrying a pink handbag with pink earrings, don't think of this elephant. Don't. You've already seen it. Your mind's already made a picture. The minute I said, don't think of a pink elephant, you saw the pink elephant. It's called the law of reverse effects. So when we use the word don't, we are literally putting images in our mind of what we don't want. Even in the law of attraction, it says you get what you think about whether you want it or not. You get what you think about whether you want it or not. I don't want debt. I don't want debt. I don't want debt. You're going to create debt. You've got to say, I want abundance. I want prosperity. I want money to flow easily to me. So don't is a definite negative word. So when we focus on what we don't want instead of what we do want. How many times you speak to people and tell you what they don't want? I'm not happy with this. This is going wrong. I always say to them, so tell me what it is that you do want. And you'll find out initially be quiet, but encourage them. Tell me what you do want. Start talking in positive terms. Oh, I'd like to improve my health. Not, oh, I'm so sick today. This pain is so sore. Tell me what you do want. The word hate is definitely a negative word. When you use the word hate, it immediately causes acid to be produced in the stomach. Did you know that? Without any context. Or if you ever know someone, whenever you say to them, hey, how are you? They say, oh, I'm so tired. Well, people who say I'm tired a lot are conditioning their subconscious mind to create tired. And if you said even this as an expression, I'm so sick and tired of the traffic. I'm so sick and tired of the store closing just before I wanted to get there. I'm sick and tired of the weather. When you use an expression like that, you're just saying, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. After the 10th order, your subconscious mind says, okay, you've told me so many times you're sick and tired. The next thing you don't feel well and you got the shivers and you're tired, you want to lie in bed, you get literally sick and tired. So everything is literal. The word should is no good because it suggests guilt, pain in the butt, pain in the neck. It's critical. Nothing's critical. An ICU ward is critical. Or people say, oh, it's a disaster. Often it really isn't a disaster. It's just rather say what you want. I prefer things to be better. Something along those lines. Or this is killing me. How many people say that? It's a very negative expression. This job is killing me. Whatever it is killing me. Our immune system gets affected straight away. Chemicals are released. That book I was mentioning on the slide before talks about all of this, and all the studies they've done through neuroscience and fMRI scans. All the dialogue completely changes the brain every time we use it. And we can say positive things or negative things. So here's the next solution for you. It's a pattern interrupter, like the antidote to negative thinking or chronic negative speaking. It's called the cancel technique and reframe. So if you can reframe, it basically means you rewrite it with a positive affirmation. And if you can use the words better and better in it, excellent. So as an example, I can't learn this. You realize it's a negative thought. This is all about your own self-talk, right? This is about your own inner dialogue, how to manage it more positively. We have about 70,000 thoughts a day. And I don't know if you know this, but 80 to 86% of our thoughts are negative. And they go undetected by the conscious mind. So we don't even know we're being negative. So that's why to become more aware, we must listen to the words we use. And the more we become aware of what we're saying, we'll realize what we're thinking. And bit by bit, every one that you start to catch negative and you overwrite it with the cancel and fix it, you'll get better and better over time. And I promise you this, negative thoughts give negative outcomes. Positive thoughts give positive outcomes. Your life will literally improve. This is one of the most underestimated techniques, hands down. It's in the Silva Method. So you'd go like this. I can't learn this. Cancel. Somehow, some way, I can learn this. That's positive. Or I'll try to meet you at 7. Cancel. I will meet you at 7. I never remember people's names. Cancel. Here we use better and better if you can. I'm getting better and better at remembering people's names. Like that. Or I'm tired. Don't say what's wrong. Tell me what you want. When you're tired, what do you want? You want more energy or you want to sleep? So say, I'm tired. Cancel. I could do with more energy right now. Or cancel. I could do with a good sleep tonight. Something like that. If you say, I hate this thing, whatever it is, cancel. I'd prefer, and say what it is that you want. Don't say things negatively. I'm sick and tired of the traffic always being clogged up and jammed. Cancel. I much prefer it when the traffic flows. I love it when the traffic flows. Anything that's positive. So that's the first technique, the second technique, meditating daily and then using the cancel. Please use this. Honestly, I know it sounds so silly. This literally rewrites the neuro pathways in your brain. The way you speak is a habit. And we can correct it by slowly changing it. And the more you do it, I promise you, the better your life experience becomes. So that's that technique. The next one is have clear goals and know how to achieve them faster. So this is about staying positive, motivated, and focused and achieving what you want. So many people don't know what they want. If you ask 100 people, what do you really want out of life? 98% won't be able to answer you straight away. Only 2% of people know what they want. This is a real statistic. You'll find it written in so many books. It's written in Think and Grow Rich. There's another book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil. It talks about the 2%, the 98%. It's in John Maxwell's leadership books. So think about it. People don't know what they really want. They say, oh, I want to be happy. Or I want to be more healthy. What specifically do you want? Because once you are clear, you can start achieving things. Wishy-washy goals give wishy-washy outcomes. So here's something called the what do I want reflection. You just write these 5 questions down on a piece of paper with space in between. And then you close your eyes. You take a few slow, deep breaths. And you basically calm yourself and go into meditation. Once you feel deeply relaxed, whatever it takes, 3-5 minutes, whatever, then ask the first question. Peek your eye open to get it from the paper if you don't know it out of your head. And just say, what do I want to create? And close your eyes and let your first impressions come. And whatever it is, you just write everything that comes to mind down. Don't judge it, don't analyze it, just write it down. So we use the word create because we want to acknowledge that we are creators of our own living experience. We're not victims. The next one, why is this valuable to me? Why introduces purpose. It makes it stronger, a reason to achieve it. Third, what talents and strengths do I have to create this? I love that question. We want to work in our strength zone. Develop your strengths. Don't develop your weaknesses. The only weaknesses that we should be developing are chronic negative thinking, procrastination, negative self-talk, things like that. But otherwise, work in your strength zone. When do I want to create this? Well, a timeline is good for the subconscious mind. Will aim for that. How does this relate to others? Beautiful question. That's called the extension benefit factor. Ask yourself, what 1 or 2 other people would benefit if I achieved, my goals? That also gives you more purpose. So I just want to tell you, I promise you, if you do this in a meditative state, using the alpha level of mind, you will guaranteed have better and clearer answers for you than trying to do this right now with your eyes open. Your mind is at a beta brainwave frequency. 2 totally different things. People don't believe me sometimes until they actually do it. I do it in the Silva Method. It's a long meditation. It's about 40 minutes. We do a long relax into a deep state, and we ask more questions than just these. Also about life purpose and things like that. And the answers that come up are very interesting, and people would never get those answers at the waked beta level of mind. Right, then how do we stay focused and motivated and achieve our goals faster? I think it was Daniel who wrote earlier, gratitude. Gratitude is so important. Every personal development person on the planet is talking about gratitude and gratitude journaling. If you do it, great. If you're not doing it, I absolutely recommend gratitude journal every single day of your life. I do it at night. The reason I do it at night is they say the way you go to sleep is the way you wake up. So if you want to go to sleep worrying about work and what you haven't done, you're going to wake up that way, stressed. If you go to sleep happy and grateful and so joyous about, how blessed you are and what you appreciate in your life, how wonderful to go to sleep that way. And the last thing in your mind, the last 5 minutes before you fall asleep, literally marinates in your subconscious. So it's an excellent exercise to do before sleep. And then, of course, every personal development guru says, surround yourself with people who can support you. That's very important. Don't ever underestimate the power of the group around you. They say you become the average of the 5 people you hang around most. Who is influencing you? So make sure that you surround yourself with people who encourage you, push you to become better, are role models for you. And that's why I love the Silva Method. We're a massive community of, over 150 people now, and we support each other. We have graduate workshops. It's just a community of like-minded, highly positive people. So no matter how the lives are on their personal life, they always have that support group. So that's an example. If you want to get more fit, go to a gym. Why? You're hanging around with people who will support you in your exercise, and they are like-minded. Okay, third, overcoming self-limiting beliefs. Well, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said you can, rewire your brain, reprogram your limiting beliefs for positive things. So here's a technique for you. The first thing is, how do you know if you have a limiting belief? I'm going to say a statement now. It's going to seem very broad and almost exaggerated. Please trust me on this. This is absolute fact. Any negative emotion, there's a limiting belief in there, either about yourself, someone else, or situation. Because we can only feel two ways. You can either feel good or feel bad. There's degrees on how good you feel, and there's degrees on how bad you feel, but there's only two ways. So every time you're feeling bad, whether that's anger, resentment, jealousy, hatred, frustration, boredom, despair, hopelessness, any one of those negative emotions, you have a limiting belief in there about yourself, as I said, or something else. So you need to reflect on that. So how do we overwrite them? Take any situation where you're stuck, where you're not getting the results you want in your life, any area where you want better results, and you don't seem to be able to break through. There's a limiting belief there. So this is how you overwrite it. We want to create a resourceful state. So first we want to look for evidence. So if we had the time, it's running out of time though, but we'll just see how we go. I would say to you, close your eyes. I'd guide you into a deep meditation, and I'd ask you to bring back to your memory. You see the picture below of that man with a sense of achievement? Your most high point of achievement that you can think of, a memory that you have in your life of when you felt like a winner, you felt confident, you felt like a success, that wonderful feeling of, yes, I've done it, whatever it may be. You go into meditation, you relax deeply, and you relive that experience. So you bring it to mind, you see it as a movie, dynamic, with color, see it everything. Then what you do is, you must feel the emotion of how it felt when you did that at the time. When you start feeling the emotions of that great feeling of success or joy or confidence, whatever it is, you then, with your visualization, step into the image of you that you've been looking at achieving. Step into that image of you, become one with that image, feel that, how that feels. You literally create that entire physiological state in your body. Thousands of chemicals are being released, the same as the day it happened to you, and you recreate it. Then when you've got that high point in your visualization, you then kind of clear your mental screen and you project onto it a future goal. And you see yourself achieving that goal, again, in full color. So successful. Do it repeatedly, ongoing, until you feel what? Emotion. Emotion is the creative force. You must do it until you feel emotion. Do not get up from the visualizing until you feel emotion. Because when you feel emotion, you've made an impression in the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. And then you step into that image as well, become one with it, feel how good it feels. In the Silva Method, we go a bit further and we do something called the 3 fingers technique. We program in an anchor mechanism or like an association, and we lock that in. And then we say, whenever I have a need or desire to think this way, feel this way, believe or behave this way, all I need to do is put my 3 fingers together in the future, anytime, and it will be so. And it's an amazing technique, and I use it throughout the day, every day of my life. Very powerful. So you keep on creating that resourceful state. So that's how you will unblock yourself. If a person's not visualizing every day, you need to do it. Even if it's only 5 minutes, it will honestly improve your results. So that's the next technique for achieving your goals. First, get what it is that you want to be clear on, what you want, and then this is how you go ahead and achieve it. Try it tomorrow morning. Wake up first thing. Think about your day. Try it with a daily goal. What do I want to achieve today? Even if it's something as simple as I want someone to buy me a coffee, and just test this theory. Do it until you visualize it with emotion and see. And when someone does, you'll say, wow, I manifested that. You'll start getting more and more confidence in yourself, whatever it is. So that's what I did all those years ago, saw myself achieving, getting high fives at work, and suddenly my sales started to come, and boy, they started to come quickly. And as I said, in 5 months, I went from the worst performer to top salesperson in a multinational company. So you can do it too. Last step, make better decisions and recognize opportunities. This is access to your creativity and your intuition. I want everyone to guess. You can go in the chat or you can open your mics and shout it out. Guess the answer. What are the 2 most effective tools for the 21st century executives? This is by Harvard research. What are the 2 most effective tools for 21st century executives? Just guess anything. Just guess 2 things, whatever they are. Anyone? Come on. And welcome to Sam, who's joined. Anyone guess? What are the 2 most effective tools? Okay, here comes some answers. Intuition and follow through. Okay, Mark, very good. Katrina, intuition. Yes, intuition is definitely one of them. What is the other one? Can anyone guess? It's not follow through, but that's still very good and important.
Imagination.
Say again?
Imagination.
Imagination. It's very important. I put it right up there. And imagination is also the faculty that is related to developing intuition, but it's not the answer from this research study by Harvard. Perseverance, no, but that is very important. That's massively important. Creativity, no, but that's also related to intuition. Creativity, imagination, and intuition are almost the same faculty of the mind. We kind of separate them to understand them, but it's really the same faculty, no. So I'm going to share the answer with you, and you're probably going to be surprised, and that's why I like to have people guess. Meditation and intuition. So think about this for yourself. Why would they say meditation? They did research on this. Well, it makes so much sense. When you meditate, you get the skills that you want. You can perform at your peak. As I said on the very first skill, how to manage and reduce stress. Meditation is the #1 cure for managing and reducing stress. There is nothing on the planet as good as that. Medication is the worst thing. Any form of medication, any anxiety tablet, Prozac, whatever it is, so bad it messes with the brain chemistry. Meditation is enormously beneficial, and you can access your intuition, and that's what the other tool is that's on here, is intuition. Also, when you meditate daily, you clear, you inspired, you get great ideas, your creativity is better, your problem-solving skills are better, your decision-making skills are better, you have better relationships with people, you don't lose your temper as easily, so you feel a sense of connection, you want to connect with people. So really interesting and valuable. So that's just something I wanted to point out. So the challenge with intuition, now think about yourself and developing it. The challenge is we don't really know sometimes that little hunch, that gut feeling. Is it wishful thinking because we want the thing so much? Is it fear? How do we know if it's accurate intuitive insight? We could also get certain distortions by we projecting what we want onto, our life experience and say, oh, it's a sign, whatever. It's often just projection. What we need, and the reason why we can't distinguish intuition easily, is we often lack points of reference. So points of reference are, you sense something with intuition and you get feedback. Were you correct or weren't you correct? Is it intuition or is it fear? Is it intuition or is it wishful thinking? That's points of reference. So the best way to develop intuition is to get many, 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 many accurate, verifiable points of reference. So in the Silva Method, for example, we spend 2 days on intuition training. And on day 4, we do 3 full hours of a certain activity where you have to sense things using your intuition and you get immediate feedback. Every one of them is a point of reference. People blow their socks off on that day as to how highly intuitive they really are, getting information they could never get any other way except through intuition. So what you want is actual evidence and experience, lots of practice. So if you don't do the Silva Method, my recommendation would be is be aware of your intuition and always trust it. Always follow it. If it leads you wrong, go back and work out why. Was that fear or wishful thinking? And the more you do that, the more you'll refine it. But I'm telling you, even for life purpose, many people say, honestly, again, it's about 98% of people don't know their life purpose. And they don't know how to go ahead and find it. The greatest guidance in your life to find your life purpose is your intuition. It will always guide you right. It will guide your life path to help you find that. I'm so passionate about the subject. I wrote a book on it. So my book's called Living in the Flow, A Guide to Discovering Your Purpose and Value in this World. And it's from my own experience. And living in the flow is something that we can all achieve, not every day, maybe, all your life long, but you can certainly, when you get more and more refined in using your intuition, finding your life purpose, having a connection to source energy every day, just practicing all kinds of things, you will start to live in the flow. Let me check something on the chat. Oh, thank you, Katrina. She says, it's a fantastic book. I read it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to actually create a workshop on my book because it is a guide. It's got stories and application that people can relate to. Stories that people can relate, and then some teaching bits, and at the end, the application at the end of every chapter. So I'm actually wanting to create a workshop on it. I'm really passionate about helping people find their life purpose because I know for me, it absolutely changed my life. I was in corporate for 20 years, and to think how I absolutely love what I do today. I couldn't love what I do more. I just love it so much. Cancel. I could love it more. Anyone can love anything more. I shouldn't say that. But I'm very, very, really blessed and grateful. And I don't take the credit for achieving that. I am grateful for the guidance that led me there. So anyone can have that. And I want that for everyone. And that's the reason I obviously wrote the book and I teach what I teach. So here's a recap of what we covered off tonight. The 4 key skills. The first one, stay calm and focused, even under pressure. Meditate every day to achieve that. Use every single day the cancel, and reframe technique. And remember, you can't just cancel. You must reframe with a positive affirmation, because as you cut one neural pathway, because the cancel literally stops that neural pathway, you have to embed a new one. So the positive statement is important. Teach your family, teach your friends at work, and call each other up on negative self-talk that you start canceling more. Number 2, have clear goals and how to achieve them. That what do I want reflection of the 5 questions. Do gratitude journaling every night. Make sure you find a support group if you don't have one, or people who encourage you. 3rd, your limiting beliefs. Think about negative emotion. Maybe keep a journal. When you're feeling negative emotion, what's going on in your life? There's a limiting belief there. If you're stuck and frustrated, what's going on there? And then visualize the old success, step into it, and the future success. And then last but not least, practice your intuition all the time. So everybody, was that valuable for you? Did you get any value out of this webinar? Please, I hope you say yes. That this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Someone has answered. Let's hope it is yes. Lots. Oh, thank you so much, Mark. That's very generous. Nisha, definitely. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. So that's really it from me. If you enjoyed this, I'll just talk to you quickly about the Silva Method in a bit more depth, just very briefly, one or two slides. As I said, you want to expand and develop it. The next step is up to you. You can do the full course. It's 4 full days. Here is what you actually achieve. I'll just put it all on this slide. Oops. So they're very, very simple techniques. One more. Looking forward to watching the video. Thank you, Sam. I'll definitely send it on. So these are the techniques, how to reduce stress, and you'll learn to do it literally either with 1 deep breath, 3-finger technique, a way to close your eyes, just get straight back into a calm state. That's what we learn. How to sleep better without the use of drugs anytime, anywhere, how to manage pain, get rid of headaches, never use drugs in your life, improve your health overall in any way. Definitely increase self-confidence. People think they can't change their self-confidence. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can, especially if you're a public speaker. Massively, you can change your performance and confidence as a public speaker using the Silva Method. We learn to visualize our goals, manifest our goals. You develop your intuition, as I said. You start to have that feeling of living in the flow. you do become more innovative. You do become more creative. You're better at problem solving. You have a technique specifically for making important decisions in your life called the glass of water technique. There's an exercise on life purpose, so helpful. And it's amazing. You go deep into a theta level and write in that meditation, very different process. So it just helps you really be more empowered, gives you the tools to manage your own life, to have more confidence, to have more level of trust in yourself. So you really start, what the term is, to live the life of your own design, create your own reality, more and more and more. You, just to tell you, you deserve to have it all. Have it all. Health, love, relationships, money, fun, recreation, spirituality, fulfillment, meaning, purpose. You really do deserve, and you're worthy of having it all. If you think anything less than that, it's a limiting belief. And as I said, your beliefs create your living experience. So if you change your belief, you'll change your experience. So the next class is coming up. There's one in 2 weeks' time on the 22nd to the 25th of October. Please join that. If you want to join that, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can be anywhere. You don't have to even travel. And don't think you're sitting behind Zoom for 4 days. You absolutely will not have that experience. I promise you. And if I'm wrong, I'll give your money back. It's not. Your eyes are closed for more than half of the course doing dynamic meditation. You're in a completely different world. You're doing so many dynamic meditations, developing your mind, developing your imagination, developing your visualization, very advanced techniques, and every one of them has a great purpose to help you in every way, shape, or form. So don't think that the online one is draining. I had such great feedback from the August class that I did online. And then if you prefer live, it's over 2 weekends in November. There's the price, $1,500. Once you do it once, you have free, unlimited review for the rest of your life, anywhere in the world. You only pay a seat charge of $170, which is a minimal fee to review all 4 days. You can also review the 2 days if you want, life system, and the other 2 days, intuition system, for $85 anytime. No other course in the world offers a free, unlimited review. No other course in the world. And why? Because we're here to benefit and serve humanity. I promise you, if you become better, you create a better world. You'll be better at home, better with your family, better with your partner, better at work. You'll influence other people, you being a better you. So that's the reason that Silva does that everywhere in the world. And the conditional money back guarantee, the condition is that you attend all 4 days and do every exercise. The condition does not exist for online because I can't control your experience. But the online, if you come to the online, you get a free pass, no seat charge to come to any live class in the next 6 to 12 months. Just come. You don't pay a cent. Just come and sit a live class. And in that live class, yes, I do give you a money back guarantee, although you don't pay for it, because then you're with me in the room. And I want you to have a group experience because you do intuition in a different way than we do it online, interacting with a person in your presence. So that's really it from me. Thank you very much for your time, your attendance. If you have any questions, you let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I'll stay on until the last person leaves, just to, be if you have any questions for me or anything at all. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you, Katrina, and I'll stop the recording as well.